Good morning everybody, thank you for joining me again and welcome to another absolutely freezing January morning. When I arrived it was just hovering on 0 degrees, but with the wind chill factor it feels more like -3. Anyway, on the new permission again, I've put the stock coil back on the Technetics because I'm trying a different program. I'm trying what they call the CL mode, which is the cache mode, which is used for finding very deep iron objects, but as well as finding very deep iron objects, it also finds very deep other objects, if you get my drift. So that's what we're doing today. Now, I'm on the first signal, which is just down there, my friends, and I'm not sure what it is yet. I thought it might have been Roman, but I don't think it is. So anyway, I'll bring you a little bit closer so you can see what we're looking at. Right then, my good friends, well, the target's down here, and as you can see, it's probably about 10 or 11 inches deep. It's right down here. And as I said, I thought it might have been Roman, but it's not. And if you're watching Bill and Julie from Somerset Searchers, you will know exactly what that is. So just clean some of the mud off it. Do you recognise it? That, my good friends, is part of a brass decorative nose bridle that went across a shire horse or a draft horse. Very decorative. It's got a hinge on it just there. There would have been another piece like that, and then another identical piece on the other side that went across the horse's nose. Now, I think it might have got some writing on it. It might have got the maker's name on, something like that. But that's a cracking little first find, and I'm more than happy with it. Right then, we'll pop that into the bag and we'll see what else we can find. Right then, we've got a target down here. It came up at about 78, 79 on the Technetics. It's only about 5 inches deep, and when I first dug it up I thought it was just a piece of lead. Well, it is lead, but it looks as though it's maybe been made into something. I don't know what. Might be a little animal or something. I'm not entirely sure. It's very strange, whatever it is. Oh, shut up. Unfortunately, I've clipped it with the spade just there. It's interesting, if nothing else. Could be very old. Don't know. Anyway, I'll let you have a look at that bizarre little thing. And that's it just there, my friends. A very strange little lead thing. I don't think it's that shape by accident. I think someone was trying to make something. Anyway, we'll clean it up a bit later on and see if we can find out what it is or what it isn't. Right, catch you later. Right then everybody, I've just dug excuse me, this target up just here. Only about 5 inches deep, and it looks relatively interesting. It's made out of some sort of copper bronze alloy, and as you can see it's quite broad at the top and then tapers down to the bottom. It's broken off just there and just there, but I was just wondering if it could have been some sort of blade, if you know where I'm coming from. I don't know. Looks quite interesting though. Nice green patina to it. Could be very old. As I say, with the taper on it, Looks as though it could have been a blade of some description. Or am I just clutching at straws again? Anyway, we'll pop it in the bag and clean it up later. Right, my good friends, we've got another target down here, only about 5 or 6 inches deep. It's just there, my friends. Looks like we've got a little buckle. I don't think it's a very old one. And there it is. Well, it's a nice buckle anyway. Well, I don't know, it could have some age to it. But as you know, I like a good buckle. Right, we'll pop that into the bag and we'll crack on. Right then, my good friends, now I've just dug this target up here and it's nothing to shout about, it's just a piece of scrap lead, just there. But the interesting thing is that in the same hole is this piece of pottery. Now, before I started metal detecting, I used to do a lot of field walking and collect tons of pottery. And I got very interested in pottery, or should I say identifying pottery. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a piece of Roman Samian ware. It was produced in Gaul, which is now modern day France, but Gaul also encompassed parts of Germany, Belgium and northern Italy. And there's even some evidence that Samian ware was made in London for a short period as well. But I'm fairly sure that's what it is. It's quite an unassuming little piece of pottery, but interesting all the same. They find a lot of Samian ware in England, mainly south of Hadrian's Wall. Not much further than that because the Romans didn't like it up in Scotland. It was too violent and too cold. But that's what it is. It's a piece of Roman Samian ware. Some of it was highly decorated, some of it wasn't. They used to think that small fragments like this were parts of little oil lamps, but they're not. They're probably part of food dishes or serving bowls, that kind of thing. It's quite plain on one side, but on the inside just there you can just about see some decoration. Anyway, I'll not bore you anymore about pottery, but that's what it is. That is Roman Samian ware. Right, we'll pop that in the little bag, put the scrap lead away and we'll crack on. Right then everybody, we've got another target down here, only about 4, maybe 5 inches deep, just there. Now I know it's only a button, but it looks like a very nice button. Looks as though it's got some decoration on one half of it. Still got the shank on, I think. Just about see it in the back just there. So yeah, a nice button. That should clean up very nicely. Right, we'll fill the hole in and plod on. Right, I'll just quickly show you this. Only about 4 inches deep. It's a little lead bullet. I quite like digging these up, although I don't know much about them. It's got those little rings round it. Some people call them 2 ringers and 3 ringers, but I don't really know what it means. Anyway, it's a nice little find all the same. So we'll pop it into the bag and we'll get a bit further. Now then, my good friends, I think we might have stumbled upon something quite nice here. It's about 6 inches deep, came up at 79.80 on the Technetics. I don't need that because I can see it, and it's just here. Now, as you know, I'm no expert on Roman stuff because I don't find much. But that to me looks like a pair of tweezers. Well, I think it is anyway. And I suspect they might be Roman tweezers. And if they are Roman, that is an absolutely cracking find. I've never found anything like that before. The odd Roman coin maybe, but I've never seen anything like that before. Anyway, I'll let you have a look. And there they are, my friends. They look like tweezers to me, and I'm hoping that they're Roman. What do you think, all you Roman experts out there? I don't know, I've just got my fingers crossed, that's all. I'm just hoping that they're bloody Roman. Right, they can definitely go into the special little boxy thing. Right, we'll pop them away, fill the hole in, and we'll crack on. Right, I'm still on my way back to the car because it's starting to rain quite heavily now. I just thought I'd show you this. I've just dug this up. Don't know what it is. Star-shaped thingy. Looks very interesting. Anyway, into the boxy thing with it, and best foot forward to the car. Well, I'm still on my way back to the car. It's a long walk, and I've just found this. About 7 inches deep, came up at 81 on the ID scale. Don't know what it is, but it looks very interesting. Once more, it's got a nice pattern on it, and it looks seriously old. As I said, I don't know what it is. I'll have to clean it up a bit later on when I get back. This weather is turning shocking. Right, I'll try and get back to the car. Right then, well, this is just some of the unwanted stuff. 303 cartridge, shotgun cap end, ointment tube, bit of Victorian glass. The rest is all lead. I did dig up 3 tin cans at the side of a public footpath, which have obviously gone in the bin. So those were the unwanted finds, as you might say. Now the more interesting stuff. This item, when I first dug it up, looked very interesting. But when I gave it a bit of a clean, it turns out it's just modern. I don't know whether it's off a piece of machinery or some sort of tool. Haven't got a clue. That item there, made out of lead, I still think it looks like a little animal. It looks like a salamander to me. I don't think it looks like a frog. Now, if it is supposed to be a salamander, the indigenous people at the time would have never seen a salamander, let alone heard of one, but the Romans would have. So, you never know, do you? Little lead button, hollow-nosed bullet, not very old. Little tiny button there. That button is very nice. It's got a lovely pattern underneath it. I don't know whether it's supposed to be the sea or something like that, but it's a very nice button. Still got the shank on the back. Don't know how old it is. Could be 200, 300, 400 years old. Don't really know, but I do like it. The buckle is older than what I thought. I've double checked it and it's from the 1700s. It's quite a nice buckle, got a nice patina to it, and as you know, I do like a good buckle. So that's another nice little find. This item here, I'm assuming is some sort of leather mount. Once again, beautiful patina to it. could be very old, but once again, very difficult to date. But it is very nice, and I do like that a lot. That is the Roman Samian ware that I found. I've double checked it in the book, and it matches perfectly with the design and the colour. It's from about the 1st to the 3rd century AD. So the Romans were there. There's no doubt about that at all. So that's what that is, a piece of Roman Samian ware from Gaul, or modern day France. This item here, as I said, Bill and Julie from Somerset searchers will recognise that straight away. Part of a decorative nose bridle from a horse, draft horse, shire horse, plough horse, call it what you will. Hinged just there. That's where it would have fastened to the leather on the back to protect the horse's nose from the metal. I've tried to find the maker's name, but I can't find anything. But obviously it was made in Sheffield, which is about 20 miles away from where I found it. So that's an absolutely lovely find. This thing here has got me baffled a little bit. When I first found it, I thought it was a rowel or part of a riding spur. But if I can get the camera to focus, it looks as though it's got tiny little iron pins through it at the ends, with little bits of iron on the end. So I'm not entirely sure. In fact, when I say I'm not entirely sure, it means I haven't got a clue. But it's another bizarre and interesting little find, and it does look as though it's got some serious age to it. But once again, I don't really know. If anybody out there has got any ideas, please let me know. Anyway, that's another bizarre and interesting find. But obviously the star find of the day is these. Never seen any before. Weren't quite sure. But I've done the research, and they are Roman cosmetic tweezers. I'll see if I can get the camera to focus a bit better. Oh, that's not bad. They are, as I said, they are Roman cosmetic tweezers. Now, how you use them with cosmetics, I don't really know. But there are quite a lot of them on the internet that other detectors have found. But as I said, I've never seen any before. But that's what they are, and they are an absolutely stunning find, as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely wonderful. I am so pleased with those. Not quite a Roman brooch, admittedly, but I mean that is a fantastic find. For me, anyway. Now, I've left this piece till last purposely. Now, as I said earlier, it looks like a blade to me. It's got a beautiful patina to it. It's heavy. It's not just made out of copper, because if it was just copper, I'd be able to bend it. And I can't bend that at all. So it's obviously some sort of copper bronze alloy. Now, I've traced a pattern of it on a piece of paper. I'll just focus out a little bit. Now, as you can see, that's the item itself just there, and that's where it's broken at the top and at the bottom. But I've drawn lines through it with a ruler, and that is roughly the shape and size that it would have been if it was complete. Now, I don't know how far it went that way, I haven't got a clue, but it didn't go much further that way, obviously to a very sharp point. Now, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? Now, whether I'm right or not, I don't really know, but it does look very interesting, especially where I found it, if you get me drift. Very similar kind of metal, copper bronze alloy, who knows. Anyway, those are the finds, my friends, so just give me a second to adjust the camera. Well, I'm afraid rain stopped play once more, as you are aware. But it is the middle of winter, so what else can you expect? Anyway, before we go any further, I just want to say a very big thank you to Martyn from the metal detecting channel, A Yorkshire Man In Dorset. Now, Martyn's a good friend of mine. We've got a lot in common, especially the fact that we're both Yorkshiremen, living at opposite ends of the country, basically. But Martyn's got a good channel. He's also very knowledgeable when it comes to finds, and he does find some very, very nice things. Anyway, Martyn sent me this very nice covering letter. He also sent me a very nice mug, a Yorkshire Man In Dorset mug. He also sent me a very, very nice finds box with his logo on it, a spray bottle with his logo on it, stickers, sew-on patches, and a very nice selection of Nuremberg jetons, Roman coins, Pilgrim's ampulla, a Dutch silver hammered coin, a Philip II coin. Absolutely wonderful. Martyn has sent me so much wonderful things. I can't believe it. But as I said, it does dig up some lovely stuff. Now, if you haven't seen Martyn's channel or heard of it, please pop over and take a look at A Yorkshire Man In Dorset. It's a good channel. I think he's been out recently on a dig with Keith from Hopius Maximus, the metal detecting channel, who also finds some very nice stuff as well. Anyway, those are the finds, those are the lovely presents that Martyn sent me. Oh, and I also want to say thank you to Bill once more. I'm not going to show you these too closely, but there are some maps that Bill's drawn about that new permission that he's done some research on, and very good they are too, so thank you very much. Wonderful stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Do appreciate it. If you've got any thoughts on anything that I've found, please let me know. Thank you to all my subscribers, new and old. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all the next time round, my friends. Bye bye.